The Hanslope Show Podcast. Your village, your podcast. It's all about Hanslope.
Hello, I'm Trev, and welcome to the next episode of the Hanslope Show Podcast. Thank you so much for spreading the word, for listening every month. I'm blown away by how many people actually stream the podcast, and we can't thank you enough. We have a busy show for you. 3 guests, and you'll learn more about where you live here in Hanslope. First up, there'll be singing with the Heart and Soul Choir.
You're on a high, you get a real buzz out of it, or at least I do.
So if you're listening to this in the early part of March, then there's an open day at the Hanslope allotments. Now, I've never been there before, and Chris Parker invited me along. But as I learnt, there is some plot envy amongst all the gardeners there.
I had a bit of plot envy with people with their water containers, so we've just bought our 1,000-litre water container, keeping up with the Joneses.
During our chat, you'll find out when the open day is on, but also get a little flavour and build a picture of what the allotments are like. And I really do suggest at some point, just pop in there, have a look around. It's mind-blowing what facility we have here in the village. Now, talking of assets to where we live here in Hanslope, I spoke to Caroline, who told me all about the 3 to 6 Club.
Trips to local farms, walks around the village, the orchard, and it's a really brilliant thing that we do have in the village.
So before we get into the Hanslope Show podcast, once again, spread the word for those people that can't hear about it on Facebook. Knock on their door and say, by the way, have you heard there's a Hanslope Show podcast? And if you'd like to be involved, then please get in touch. You can contact me on Facebook or drop me an email. The email address is trevor@thisismyfilm.com. So let's go to the village hall and get your voices warmed up.
I'm Carol Parrott, and I've just taken over the role of chairperson. I also am the music librarian and hall liaison for Heart and Soul Community Choir.
So how long have you been involved, Carol, in Heart and Soul?
I've been involved since 2012. The choir actually started in 2011 at Hartwell, and then it moved to Hanslope Village Hall in 2019, and we've been here ever since.
Let's just put some figures to this, because quite a few people come along to rehearsals. Here we are in the hall on a Wednesday night, and just before people arrive to rehearse this evening. And tell me how many people you're expecting tonight.
Well, there'll probably be between 30 and 40. We've got over 40 on the books.
Which is great numbers, isn't it?
It is, definitely. I mean, everybody enjoys it. We're a fun choir. We have had 2 people start recently. Both live in Hanslope. And I believe we have another person coming for a try out with us tonight. Because we offer 2 free sessions for people just to come along and try us out.
And what interests you about the choir?
Oh, well, it's brilliant. It is just so uplifting, singing with other people. And when we do a performance, when we do a concert, I mean, you're on a high. You get a real buzz out of it, or at least I do.
And you said about performing. Tell us where you perform.
Well, we did a Christmas concert. We do a Christmas concert every year. We do that at Hartwell Community Centre because it's bigger. And we go back to Hartwell because we started there, and our name is spelled Hart because of the spelling of Hartwell. And we're always given a really warm reception there, and we have a lovely Christmas concert, and we see all happy smiley faces. We get them to join in a bit as well, and we thoroughly enjoy ourselves as well. So, and we do a few little acts in between. We might have some poems, or we might have a solo or a small group of people singing. And Ian's brilliant on his piano. Occasionally he plays some quite jazzy music because he's really into that as well.
Brilliant. Now, you mentioned Ian. He's the musical director.
That's right, yeah.
So tell me how important Ian is to Heart and Soul.
Oh, he's really important. He inspires us. We have fun with him. So it's a fun choir. It's not... obviously, we get a little bit more serious as we get near a concert because we've got to be performing well. But most of the time, we're just really enjoying our singing. And he provides music tracks for us as well on our website. So it's very easy to practice at home. So if you don't pick it up straight away at choir, you can listen to it, sing to it at home. You know, it's great.
As you mentioned there, it's a really good word of uplifting, and it fills your soul with joy singing together. And the sound that comes out as a collective must be really uplifting.
It is. It's very inspiring, very uplifting. It's very feel-good. I mean, if you come to choir on a dark night like this, you might be thinking, oh, I don't really want to go out in the cold. But once you get here and all start singing together, and when we've finished, we're all very happy.
All buzzing.
Yeah, definitely.
Tell me if anyone's listening thinking, you know what, I sing in the shower or I sing in the car on the way to work, and I've never joined a choir or become a member of a choir. It's worth probably just popping along just for one session. You said you do a couple of free sessions. Is that right? Tell me about that.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, we're so welcoming. We will welcome anybody who wants to come along. A lot of people say they can't sing, but everybody can sing. And when you're all singing together, if you hit the odd wrong note, it really doesn't matter. And what counts is that you're all singing together, you're all having a good time. It's really good for the brain as well as for your physical body as well.
So you meet on a Wednesday night?
Yes.
At 8 o'clock in the village hall?
Yeah. Well, we say 7:45 for 8 to start singing. During term time, that is. And then during the holidays, we try to keep in touch a bit. We arrange social activities. In summer, we might go for a walk down the forest, have a picnic. We've been known to go to, you make lots of friends through a choir.
Yeah.
And you've been known to get together and go to different concerts or musicals or for a meal sometimes. At Christmas, for our last day of term, we had fish and chip supper, and we had games afterwards as well, which were arranged by Teresa. So
fantastic, and it's a good social scene. You get to know people in the village or beyond, and also get to perform as well.
That's right. Yeah, we're hoping to sing at the Milton Keynes Choirs Festival again, which we've done for the last few years. That's at the amphitheatre in Campbell Park.
I can see the smile on your face that you absolutely love it.
Oh, I do, yes. I mean, I joined it a year after my husband passed away, and I was looking for new things to do, and I found the Heart and Soul Choir on the internet, and I went along, and I was a little bit, because I didn't know anybody, but when I got there, I found out I did actually know a couple of people in the choir, and never looked back.
For people that want to find out more, there's a website, as you mentioned. Tell us where that is.
There is, yeah. If you just type in Heart and Soul Community Choir, it'll take you to our website. On there, you've got all the history of the choir, all about our musical director, Ian Riley. And there are pictures in there. There are videos you can watch of us singing. And if you decide to become a member, then you get the password to go to a certain section, which will show you all the music you need to print off. And also, it's got all the learning tracks on it as well, so you can listen at your leisure. Just come along and try us out. We'll welcome you with open arms. We have got sopranos, altos, tenors, basses for different voices, but when you come in, if you don't know what you sing, if you've not really sung much before, you can just tell us whether you've got a higher voice, lower voice, and we'll say, well, maybe try there, but if you don't like it there, you can change to a different group, and you'll soon make friends.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for telling us all about it. It sounds like a lovely group, and I can't wait to see everyone in action tonight. And I can hear the buzz of people arriving, so we better let you get to it.
Okay.
And start you warm up first of all.
We do. We have a warm up first of all, and then Ian will just tell us what he wants us to practice first, and we've all got our music. Then we're away.
They sounded absolutely brilliant, thanks to Carol and the whole team at the Heart and Soul Choir who meet at the Village Hall on Wednesday nights. So from the warmth of the hall to a rather gloomy afternoon, it must be said, at the Hanslope allotments. I met Chris Parker there and asked Chris, first of all, how long had he had his plot?
So I've had it since August 24. Yeah, done quite a lot to it.
So this is, look, what surprises me about the allotments here in Hanslope is, firstly, how many of them are there? There's a lot of them, and I'll ask you how many. I'm going to test your brain and ask how many that there are here on the plot. But also how tidy it is. In many ways, it's really well looked after in between the plots. I know you said you've got a lot of work to do in your plot, and that's evident because it was let go a little bit, wasn't it? After you got
Very
it,
much so, yeah.
Before you got it, so but it's really tidy and it's well looked after. And
it's really nice. I think there are about 80 actually. For to answer your question,
okay.
It's lovely sort of walking around and seeing what each individual person does with them as well. They're all a bit different. They've all got a bit of a different feel. Some people are very serious growers, everything tidy in neat rows.
Yeah.
Some people are more, family plots and whatever. Some people just come and just hang out and drink tea, which is great. Ours is sort of somewhere in between. I've gone for like a what's the word? Just a hangout space, basically.
Yeah. You've used sleepers to separate some of the sections.
This is the root bed. So here we've got beetroot, chard, turnip, swede. We've got giant garlic over there.
Wonderful.
Which is very exciting. And I've just put trees all around the edge. So I've got, what have we got? 8 apple trees and a couple of pears espaliered around the edge.
Yeah.
So they'll be eventually trained across.
Lovely.
All around the outside.
Well, I've lived here since 95 and I've never walked into this field, which is a crime really in many ways. Yeah, so this is my first time in the allotments.
I mean, I hadn't until we had the allotments. Yeah.
There's no need to, I guess, obviously.
No need.
No.
There's no footbar through.
But
so.
I'm really surprised by it, pleasantly surprised by it, how neat it is, how big it is, and how many people are using this wonderful facility. So you said there's 80 plots, and I think there are a few going, aren't there?
I think there's a few spare, yeah. I think, because we had the allotment meeting on Monday, I think it's 6 available.
Is there a bit of plot envy? Is there any, keeping up with the Joneses here?
I don't know, maybe. I mean, I had a bit of plot envy with people with their water containers, so we've just bought our 1,000-litre water container, keeping up with the Joneses. That's going to be great for water collection during the dry summers and things. But yeah, it's nice. It's nice sort of getting ideas from people as well. You can just wander around and think, that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Do a bit of that.
I can see apple trees growing, and you've got your apple trees you planted, like you said, around the plot too. And also, I see, obviously, there are hose pipes. So, talking of water, I know you've got your water button, and many other plots have too, but there is also a water as well.
Yeah, so they just, we were really lucky. So they put in 3 extra taps last year. So, and just out of sheer coincidence, they've put a tap right in front of our plot.
That's handy, isn't it?
I mean, it's a joy. You can't argue with that. There's the container as well, so you can rent tools. There's mowers and rotavators and things if you want to.
I see. So if you haven't got tools, there is a facility there to rent the tools.
Yeah, you can rent them for free. Just book them, basically.
Yeah. You've been here since August, like you said. And so, what surprised you about it, being now an allotment owner?
I suppose it's surprising how long things take when you sort of take an allotment and you think, oh yeah, I'll just put some beds in, I'll just do this, put the fruit cage in over there. Everything takes a long time, especially when you're squeezing things in between work. I'm often doing things on my own. Things can take a long time.
Sure.
So when you have a plot and it's nicely tended and things like that, it's impressive. Yeah.
But in terms of escaping everyday life, good for your mental health, I imagine this is perfect, isn't it?
It's lovely. Yeah. I always joke that all I ever really want to do is go down the allotment, and everything else is just getting in the way. And that's not a huge exaggeration. I think something like, do you want to go out on a night out, or come to the allotment? Come to the allotment. Yeah, brilliant.
And you can literally see it change in front of your very own eyes, and your hard work is paying off. And that must be a real joy too, isn't it?
It's lovely. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we were quite late planting veg and things last year. The year just gone. We managed to get a few crops in, like you see, but yeah, I mean, the joy is like just having the kids be able to come down and just pull carrots and radishes and things out of the ground and just eat them. We've got a plum tree, strawberries and things like that, loads of red currants, black currants, and they can just come down. A lot of the stuff doesn't make it home because the kids have eaten it, which is brilliant. they're eating runner beans raw, and just, it's healthy, but it's just great to see where things come from and just see the process. They can plant the seed and go through the whole process and then eat them afterwards. It's, it's brilliant.
Yeah. And what's the demographic of our allotment owners here in Hanslope? I imagine there's all ages and all sorts of people.
It's a nice mix. There's a fair amount of retired people, as I suppose you'd expect, but then there's also some families with younger kids. This whole run, we're quite lucky actually, because we're next to some good friends of ours, and all the way along, in fact, some friends of ours, some really nice couple have moved in, sort of 2 blocks away from us, with a young lad. Yeah, so there's a nice amount of families with kids the same age as our kids, and so it's good. They can come and hang out and run off and
and enjoy the outdoors.
Exactly, go and play and.
So what are the rules of having an allotment then?
There's not many rules, I suppose. This is going to be like a test, isn't it? They went through the rules on Monday at the allotment meeting. Right, rule number 1. Only things like... it's mainly about just sort of, not interfering with other allotment holders, not spraying weed killer in the paths and things, not having a large fire that's going to send smoke to the stables or the roads or anything like that. Keep your weeds at bay, things like that.
Just common sense.
Kind of common sense and just like courtesy, I suppose, yeah. And if you can't maintain your plot, kind of let the committee know. But yeah, other than that, you're free to do whatever you want, really.
And in terms of cost, what does it cost to have an allotment?
I think it depends on size. It costs £24 a year.
Wow.
For ours.
£24 a year?
I think... And this is quite a large
You've got a big plot, haven't you?
Yeah. It's. I can deal with £24 a year. I think there are half plots and third plots as well, which I assume is slightly cheaper. And we treat this like a second garden. So we've only got a small garden over in where we are. And most of it's taken up by a huge trampoline. So
yes,
it's nice to come over here. You can make a bit of noise. You can put music on. We've got a fire table here. We sometimes have a little fire and cook marshmallows and things, which we can't really do in our garden. Yeah, like you're saying, just get away from it.
Yeah,
we've got 2 swing seats and.
Like I said, it is basically like your garden, but just a few 100 yards down the road from your garden.
Exactly. It's an extension of our garden, community garden sort of feel. And,
And now there's an open event coming up, isn't there?
March the 15th. I know this because that's my wife's birthday. I cannot forget, and may not be able to attend.
What, your wife's birthday?
If I can.
Yeah, I see the allotment.
Yeah, because I have to be here. So.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry, my love, I'll have to come here. I might try and sneak down if I can. Depends what we're doing.
So it's an opportunity for people in the village to look around the allotments, not even if they're interested in having a plot, but also just see what's happening.
Exactly, yeah. Come down, have a look. You can speak to the allotment holders and see what's going on. See if you want to take up a plot, I suppose. Yeah.
Well, yeah. I am totally surprised by it. I'm blown away by it in many ways because, like I say, how big it is, but also how well looked after it is. And how it's set up. So
it's really we are really lucky where we are. It's a great thing for the village to have. Some villages don't even have any allotment plots. I mean, to have this is a brilliant resource.
And what's your top tips then in the short time you've had this? What's your top tips? What's your best advice for anybody who's going to have a plot?
I suppose it's a cliche, but kind of little and often. Kind of don't get too overwhelmed by like having a huge space that you've got to dig over. Like take on small projects at a time, and if you can come down a couple of hours, a couple of times a week, maybe, do that. Don't sort of try and blitz everything at once, which is kind of what I tried to do, actually. I should live by my own advice. You can take on a small amount of plots, and you can do things in stages and do things in sections, and there's a lot you can do in a small space as well.
And what are you most excited about seeing grow this year?
My summer house.
Which is splendid.
That's a splendid summer house. That's just gone in. That's possibly the thing I'm most excited about. I think there's a solar panel going on it soon as well. So we're going to have power. We're going to have a water feature, hopefully powered by the solar panel, which I'm very excited about.
Actually, what it reminds me of a little bit in terms of what you're just explaining there and what you can do on your plots, and it seems like you can do pretty much anything you want to.
Within reason.
Within the reason. So it sounds a bit like sort of the Chelsea Flower Show in many ways. You're making your little piece of oasis here in Hanslope.
I mean, absolutely. That's kind of what we're aiming for.
Your work is in gardening, isn't it? So tell me what you do in the village.
So I'm a gardener and landscaper, I suppose, would be the all umbrella term. Yeah, so I do all sorts of garden maintenance and things, and anything landscape gardening related.
And a lot of your work is around the villages?
Yeah, I try not to travel too far. If I have to travel out of the village, I try not to. Yeah. And I'm also, as a side project, I'm also a stilt walker, which is
it allows you to cut trees down from a height.
You can. I've never tried it. Yeah, chainsaw on stilts. I'm not sure.
So why stilt walking? By the way, I've got to ask, why stilt walking?
Oh, I go to. This is like a tangent, isn't it? But I go to Milton Keynes Juggling Club, and so I've been going there for 25 years. I juggle and do fire performance, stilt walking, things like that as well. So. That's all part of it.
Well, look, thank you so much for showing me around and enlightening us about a wonderful facility in our village, and really encourage people to come down and on the open day on the 15th of March, and also bring your wife a birthday card and
a special box of chocolates to apologise for me not being at home.
That's it. And look, literally, seriously, come down and see what is in our village, because it's incredible.
It really is nice. Yeah, it's a lovely place to be. Yeah.
If you are interested in taking a plot, then what's the process and who do you approach?
It's Roland Simpkins, who I assume you can get his number from the Parish Council website, and it will point you in the right direction. Yeah, and that's
Roland,
it. Yeah.
Roland is your man.
He'll come down, show you around. Yeah, lovely chap.
Yeah, fantastic.
Shout out to him for twisting my arm.
Well, you've done a brilliant job.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, fantastic.
No, it's been great.
The Hanslope Show Podcast. Your village, your podcast. It's all about Hanslope.
A massive thanks to Chris for inviting me to a little hidden gem of our village, the Hanslope allotments. And talking of a wonderful asset as well to our village is the 3 to 6 Club. And here's Caroline to tell us what she does and what 3 to 6 is all about.
So I am the chairperson of the 3 to 6 committee, we're kind of the committee that helps support 3 to 6 as a club. The 3 to 6 committee is a group of volunteers that will kind of ensure that the club is operating within certain parameters, and they have the support that they need to provide the high quality childcare that they do. The club itself, 3 to 6 Club, is a charity. They are not for profit. They look to do sort of fundraising events during the year, to be able to provide, new toys for the kids, any of the activities that they might want to do in the holidays and that kind of thing. So it's been operating, the club, since about 1994, and it's always been based at the school as far as I know. So, yeah, it's a breakfast club, after school club, and a holiday club for all the half terms and all the school holidays.
So a well-established club and obviously much needed for those parents that have working lives and trying to juggle,
Absolutely.
And there you are providing that. So how many kids do you look after? So
for breakfast club, it's usually up to around 30 per day. After school club is a bit more. They've got a bit more capacity. That's up to 40. And then during the holidays, it's around an average of about 34 children every day. They've managed to get HAF funding, which is Holiday Activities and Food, which is an initiative that allows parents and guardians with low incomes to be able to still provide, still be able to send their children to the club during those school holidays. And that means that they can, with that funding, they're able to join in with all of the activities that all of the other children are able to do as well. So it's kind of across the board. They manage to kind of integrate all together and do the same activities, which is great.
Brilliant. And I imagine it's vital because those kids are also forming relationships and friends in the club as well. And that's vital, isn't it, in a village?
It is. And I think that the kids, like my daughter goes there and she has been there since she's 4 years old. And I kind of feel like 4 is a very young age to send your children to school and then to a holiday club. But she was there from the beginning. It took her a little while to settle, but she absolutely loves it now. She will ask when she's going. She goes kind of 3 or 4 times a week. She goes a lot during the holidays. I co-parent with her dad, and we don't have any family support, which means during the holidays it's me and him and 3 to 6. So we really do rely on it. And the fact that, as I said, it's not for profit. It's, it is affordable childcare compared to kind of a lot of other holiday clubs. You kind of see them potentially do like a 9 o'clock drop off and a 3 o'clock pickup. For a working parent, that doesn't work when you have to be in the office at 8 and have to stay till 5. And 3 to 6 has that, in the holidays especially, 8 till about 5:30, which is amazing. And it's amazing value, the things that, the children get to do, especially in the holidays. So they join up with Milton Keynes Play Association. They do a lot of stuff on the rec, and 3 to 6 will take the children if they're in that day and there's something going on there, they'll take them all there. And it's still, an affordable thing for families, and it gets the kids out. They have, trips to local farms, walks around the village, the orchard, and it's a really brilliant thing that we do have in the village.
A wonderful asset to have to our village.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so, look, funding, what do they do to make sure that the doors stay open?
So we are looking to increase kind of our fundraising activities this year. We had, over Christmas, we had an Amazon wish list, which kind of the details were sent out to all the parents that are subscribed to the mailing list, as it were. And it was just to improve some of the toys, they're well used, they're well loved toys, and just not having that spare money to be able to replace those. We set up an Amazon wish list and had, a great response to that from the community, to be able to provide new toys. We are looking at we have kind of things at the school, like the summer fete. We are going to start doing raffles, tombolas, that kind of thing. The 3 to 6 club used to operate out of the school hall until about 2 weeks ago, which meant every single day, everything that was brought out, the toys, the food, everything had to be packed away at the end of breakfast club and got out again at the end of the day, at the end of the school day for after school club. They've now been allocated 2 classrooms just off the playground, which they have. The sole purpose of those 2 classrooms is for 3 to 6. So they've got a lot more space. They don't have to pack everything away. I mean, the kids still have to tidy up, which I don't think they're very pleased about, but they don't have to pack anything away, and they've got so much more room. So we're going to look at trying maybe furnishing that a bit more with some nicer items, because you've got kids there ranging from 4 to 11. It's a massive difference. The 4-year-olds just, want to cut and stick stuff a lot of the time and play with Lego maybe. And the 11-year-olds are probably wanting to hang out in a corner and chat about their day. So the space is brilliant. And Matt, who runs 3 to 6, he's done a fantastic job with all of his team, furnishing it and setting up a really lovely space for them. There's definitely more we can do. So what I would say is, if anyone, we're going to put some comms out, and, if anyone sees any flyers in the local shop advertising for things, for donations, or local businesses, if we're gonna do a raffle and we want some raffle prizes, then we'd be really grateful for that kind of support.
We've heard a vital asset to the village, and you've told us really well exactly what you do and why it's needed as well for our village. And obviously the team there do a great job, and they must love the fact that they provide a vital asset to the village as well.
Absolutely. The team are brilliant. There's 6 regular staff and then 7 bank staff, which, depending on the need, obviously we have ratios that need to be met with regards to how many adults per child. We have in the past struggled to recruit, I think, based on our location. We don't have the best public transport. Now we offer the national living wage as pay, as salary and wages. But a lot of the time we have youngsters that do want to join, but they just don't have the access to the village. Hopefully, that may improve, and kind of, if anyone knows of anyone who's looking, we're always looking for other staff, especially to cover those really busy holiday periods. It's a great thing to have on a CV, even, as part of volunteering, as part of maybe a Duke of Edinburgh award. We have had a member of our committee, their daughter, after their degree, they actually got a job based on the fact that the employer liked the fact that they'd done volunteering at 3 to 6 through the Duke of Edinburgh Award. So there's a lot of benefits for, people coming to either volunteer or work at the club. But the kids absolutely love the team, and they do an absolutely fantastic job.
How do we find out more about what you're doing and what's coming up? Is anywhere we can go?
We have a Facebook group that advertises kind of what the club are doing. We are going to put more comms out primarily to parents of the school. So
whenever we see now flyers and pleas for donations, we now know that it stays in the village. It's much needed, and it really helps our village to attract more people to live here and, of course, supports us.
And benefits to children and, working families. So, yeah, it's great all round.
The Hanslope Show Podcast. Your village, your podcast. It's all about Hanslope.